Hey, what's up, Tro fams? DJ from Tro Media here, and today we're going to talk about how you can do your own kind of video and YouTube setups so that you can get the best out of your own environment that you live in, and that's coming up. Hey, if you're new here, I do affordable tech, camera gear, and entertainment. So if you feel like that's something you're into, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the little bell notification next to it so that you don't miss anything. So to start off, you're going to need 4 things. The 4 things you're going to need are going to be a camera, lights if you can have those, a background, and a jacket. Alright, so let me go ahead and explain why you're going to need these 4 things. Of course, you're going to need the camera so that you can be able to shoot the videos and get your content. That's easy. Alright, the second thing, lights. Lights are very important. It lets your videos look 10 times better, no matter the type of camera you're using, whether it's a phone, a DSLR camera, video camera, or a GoPro camera. They're all the same kind of things, but they all need light in order to make their videos and quality come out the best that they can. So if you can get lights, if you can get the expensive ones, go ahead and do those. But if you can't get those lights, then make sure you're getting lights that you can get. You can get the cheaper LED lights from Amazon, or you can get the clamp lights that everyone likes to use from Walmart. I'm actually using one of those right now as my fill light on me. It's bouncing against all this, the ceilings and the walls in the room to add light, and then I have my LED light above the camera adding all the detail in my face. Alright, so now that we got that out the way, those cost around $5 to $10 for the clamp lights from Walmart. So the LED light, I'm not gonna lie, it cost me $99 from B&H.com. I got 2 of these Bescore 70-watt LED lights, and it came with their own light stands and everything. You don't have to pay that much to get these kinds of lights. I just did it because I wanted to have all of the equipment that came with them, and it was a decent price in my opinion at that point. But I could have gotten it a lot cheaper from other kinds of websites. Just make sure you're getting some kind of light or using natural light from your windows that are available in your rooms. You just have to make sure you're moving around to different locations in order to actually have the light hit you well. If you're using window light, make sure that you are facing towards the light and the camera is facing away from the light. So you're going to put the camera where the window is, not exactly, but you're going to put it in the vicinity, and you're going to face the camera towards you. You are going to be facing towards the window so that the light can shine on you. So a lot of people try and use window light by they are sitting in front of the window and the camera is facing the window. That's not going to work, because then the light is just going to be shining into the camera, and that is not how lights work. If you do that, your video is not going to look good. Make sure you are facing the window, the camera is facing away from the window. If there's anything I want you to remember from that, remember that. Alright, now that we got the lights out of the way, what you need to think about is how your background is. Now, I know everyone tries to say make sure your background is beautiful and this and that. The most important thing about your background is for it to not be distracting. If you just have a solid background like I have, that is okay. Just make sure it's not distracting. So if you have something on your wall, it needs to be something that's related to your brand or something that's similar to what you do. If you're a cooking channel, then if you have a picture of someone stirring up something in a pan behind you as a picture, that's fine. But if you are a gaming channel and then you have some food in the background on the wall, unless you're a gamer who likes to talk about food, then that's not going to really make sense to everyone. So make sure you're including things that are involving what your content and your branding is. Alright, now moving on, the last thing I had said is you want to make sure that you have a jacket. Okay, so if you have a jacket, you can block these kind of annoying things that are in your background. Like, so for me, I have my clothes behind me that are on my bed because I just came back from college. I graduated from 4 years, and I have all my stuff in my room. So instead of just moving my stuff every time I record, I just block it from view so that no one can notice. So right now I have a black jacket on top of my clothes back there, and it's so easy to be able to block these things if you just have and use things that you have around in your room, in your house, wherever you are recording at. So make sure you're remembering these things when you're actually filming for your productions, that you can just easily block out anything that's distracting by either moving it or by blocking it. Now, I know I said 4 things, but I also just remembered that there's something very important that you need to think about with your setup, and that is definitely going to be a tripod or something to put your camera on to keep it stable. No one likes to really look at the shaky footage unless you're vlogging and you're walking around. If your footage is shaky, it needs to have purpose. If your footage is shaking and there's no purpose, people won't like looking at it. I've had a couple of videos that I posted in the past where I was just walking with the camera in my room, but I wasn't really vlogging. I was just talking about a product, and that's not really the best way to do these kind of things. You want to make sure that you're either vlogging or you have a purpose for your shake and your camera movement. Also, audio is very important. You can get cheap microphones from online. I have the Bestecker microphone that came from Amazon, and that microphone cost about maybe $40. I got it for $20. I'm not gonna lie, I got it discounted, but it's a very good microphone and I definitely recommend it. I use it in all my videos, so if you want to know what it sounds like, you're listening to it right now, and it's also in all my other videos. Something else that you need to think about when you're doing these kinds of setups is that you need to think about how you're using your light. For me, I'm using a 2-point lighting setup. It looks like I have 3 because I have the mood light up there, but technically this light isn't really doing anything. If you notice, the background over here isn't getting affected by the blue light that I have here. The background is getting affected by this LED light that's in front of me and my fill light that I have from the clamp light over here. The reason why I'm doing this lighting setup is because I have limited space in this room. So I have the fill light bouncing against the ceiling, which goes against all the walls, and that creates lighting around all of me and then this area and vicinity of the room. Then I have my LED light up here, which is actually acting as the key light because it's providing the strongest light on my face, on me and my body, giving the most details. And the reason why I'm doing this is because since my fill light is over there shining against all around me, I needed something to fill in the details. Usually the key light is on the 45-degree angle area of the setup, and it's called a 3-point lighting setup, and the key light is the strongest light, and then the fill light helps fill in all the shadows. But since my fill light is actually filling in everything around me, I needed my key light to be able to fill in the shadows and the details on me. So that's why I do that. Long story short, lighting can be complicated. I can do another video on that, but there's always a purpose to everything you do when you do videos. So just remember that there's always a purpose. If there's going to be anything, I need you to remember from this video. Also, keep in mind that it does not need to be expensive for you to do these kinds of things. I am sitting on a bed right now inside of my room using the equipment that I have available, and that's how I film all of my videos, unless I'm outside, of course. So just keep these things in mind when you're doing your different setups. It can be very easy for you. It doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to be expensive. Let me know if you have any questions. Please leave comments down below whether you felt like this video was helpful or not, or if you have any concerns or questions. Also, go ahead and smash that like button and go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you'd like to know anything else about all of my content, so I can continue bringing you quality content on this channel. Like I always say, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.